All right, so let's get straight to it. You're a talented developer in Brazil. You're good at what you do. You're eyeing that global career, right? That salary in dollars or euros, but you feel like you keep hitting a wall. Well, in the next few minutes, we're going to break down the exact strategy to smash through that final barrier for good. Because that's the dream, isn't it? Landing that competitive remote gig with an international company. We're about to hand you the key. And here's the thing. It's all about focusing on the one area that most devs just completely overlook. And this is the absolute game changer right here. Look, your tech skills are probably fantastic. You can build, debug, and deploy with the best of them. But when you're playing in the international big leagues, the final hurdle, the one thing that separates a candidate from a new hire, is how clearly and professionally you can communicate your ideas. So how do we fix this? Not with some random apps, that's for sure. No, we're going to use a seriously powerful combo. World-class content from Cambridge University Press, supercharged by an AI learning tool from Google. Let's break down this arsenal. First up, the content itself, the English Vocabulary in Use series. This is the gold standard, people. It gives you a structured path, taking you all the way from about 1,250 essential words right up to the complex, technical vocabulary you need for high-level professional discussions. It's the complete roadmap. Okay, now for the secret weapon. Notebook LM isn't just some PDF reader. You upload these Cambridge books into it, and boom, it becomes your personal AI tutor. It actually understands the material and helps you engage with it, building a study plan that's tailored specifically to you and your career goals. And for us devs, this analogy is just perfect. Think about it. You'd never try to learn a new programming language without the official docs, right? Of course not. Well, think of the Cambridge materials as the official documentation for professional English, and Notebook LM is that smart, semantic search engine that lets you master it. All right, so we've got our tools, but even the best IDE is useless without a solid plan, right? So now let's build the four-step strategy to put this arsenal to work and go get that job. And here it is, your four-step battle plan. This is not about passive reading. It's about creating an active routine, mapping out the exact content you need, mastering the little details that make you sound natural, and then using AI to test and reinforce everything you've learned. It's simple, it's effective, and it's targeted. And look, we're not trying to boil the ocean here. You need to be laser-focused. You can ask Notebook LM to create summaries or quizzes based only on the units for technology, career, and business. This is surgical learning, zero wasted time. Let's get really practical here. For example, you can literally ask Notebook LM, list the most common collocations for make and do in the context of software projects. See, this goes way beyond just definitions. It teaches you which words naturally go together. And that is the key to sounding less like a textbook and more like a colleague. And that's really the end goal, isn't it? It's not just about being understood, it's about sounding polished, confident, and professional. It's all about getting your communication to match the high level of your code. You know, a huge part of professional communication is just knowing your audience. You don't talk to a CEO the same way you chat with your teammates on Slack, right? So you can ask Notebook LM to contrast the formal and informal language from the books, making sure you always strike the perfect tone. Here's a perfect example of one of those collocations we were talking about. I will make a mistake, not do a mistake. It seems like such a tiny detail, but getting it right makes a massive difference in how you're perceived. The Cambridge material is packed with these critical nuances, and Notebook LM helps you find and master every single one. And hey, it's not just about the words you choose. The source materials also get into the nitty-gritty of pronunciation, like where to put the stress on a syllable and the key differences between British and American English. And that's super important, depending on where the company you're targeting is based. Okay, let's tie this all together and bring it back to the main goal. This isn't just about learning English. This is about strategically building the one skill that directly unlocks a high-value global career. I absolutely love this final analogy. Think of it like a high-level linter and autocomplete for your communication. A linter catches errors in your code before they become problems. Autocomplete suggests the best way to finish a line. That is exactly what this system does for your spoken and written English. It cleans it up and makes it efficient. Just think about that for a second. A small communication mistake is basically a critical bug in an interview. It could be the one thing that costs you the offer. This strategy, this is your debugging tool. It ensures your communication is just as clean and bug-free as your code. So, at the end of the day, this is the question you have to ask yourself. Your tech skills got you this far, absolutely. But to get to that next level, to land that global role and that dollar salary, it's time to invest in your communication. And now you have the blueprint to do it.